So the word means friendship, and that's when we were thinking about what names we wanted for our trip, we thought about what we wanted to bring to it. And I think the idea of friendship is something that is very important to all of us. I mean, we're all friends and we've been together for so long, and now we're gonna go to a new culture and see something new and have new experiences, and I think that's just a good value that we want to bring to everybody we meet.
I'm really looking forward to the experience of India, the sights, the people there, getting to know something new, something that I've never seen before.
It's never really been real until now. Now I'm packing and people are like, you're gonna be on a flight in 4 days and you're gonna be on this plane and you're gonna be in a different country, and it's crazy. I'm really excited though.
I'm really just kind of being open to it. That's some of the advice that we've got, is just stay open to things. So I'm not thinking too much ahead. I'm just gonna get packed, take it as it comes.
Gosh, I'm just so overwhelmed. It's just completely different than anywhere I've ever been. It's halfway around the world, and it's really just amazing seeing this completely different culture. We just took a bus to where we are now, and the streets are just filled and crowded, and it's really hard to get places, but somehow it works. Like SN said, it's organized chaos. No one knows how it works, but it works.
I mean, it's a complete culture shock. That's kind of an understatement. I can't wipe the smile off my face. Just, I liked taking the bus ride and just looking out the windows and really taking it all in. It's just a lot different than what we're used to in America.
To kind of see more of a culture. It's not just Hindu people who live here, it's also Sikh people and Muslim people, and it's history. We have nothing this old in America.
Going through the streets of Delhi was really a kind of shock to the system, but it was really cool to see something completely different than I've ever seen and experienced something like that.
Tomorrow we're flying to Dharamshala to visit the Dalai Lama and to spend a couple days there. That's going to be awesome.
Going to McLeod-Ganj and Dharamshala, that was it contrasted a lot with Delhi. Even though it's kind of hard to believe we're even in the same country, to be honest. It feels like a completely different place. It kind of helps me think about how big the country is and how different it ranges when you travel so far.
Be present. We'll see what happens. It's a once in a lifetime deal, you guys. Part of the push is just to get you guys woken up and up to the potential of what this moment is, and just take it as it comes.
Right now, I just feel blessed to be in the presence of such an amazing moral hero. I'm happy to say I can just be in the moment and appreciate what opportunities we've been given.
With the upcoming launch next week of the Social, Emotional, and Ethical Learning Curriculum, it seems that this is an idea whose time has come. Can you speak about secular ethics in education and why it is so important?
Mm-hmm. That's the Indian tradition. The reality of India, there are so many different religions, over 3,000 years. So, if the ethics based on religion, then there's a problem. So therefore, secular ethics develop in this country. Whether believe religion or not, or believe this religion or that religion, they're secondary. Important is we should practice the 1,000-year-old Indian tradition, ahimsa, non-violence. Ahimsa must combine with karuna, compassion. Then suppose 6 billion believer and different tradition. So if these moral principle entirely based on religious belief, then complication there. So secular means just simply, you see, the emphasis, basic human value. Okay, like that.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think meeting with him and getting to be in the same room with him was just so powerful in itself, and such an immense feeling of gratitude is filling my heart right now, and I can't describe how it feels. It's like a great responsibility has been bestowed upon us by one of the greatest spiritual leaders.
And he ended on a note of older people have experience, but young people have a vision, and we have the opportunity to really make change. So I think that's one of the things he really wants to empower people to do.
The younger generation, older people have more experience, share the younger people, and the younger people with vision and realistic effort is it to bring this world more happier world.
So now we'll change modern education into human education.
Yes, human education, that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was still kind of, a little bit nerve-wracking, right? He's one of the most famous people in the world. You're kind of a little bit like, whoa, like, what's happening?
He really put an emphasis on our generation, making our century what it's going to be. He said he wants this century to be a century of dialogue and not a century of war. That really resonated with me. Just talking with people with different backgrounds and cultures is super important.
Just to be there, be with him, hear his words, face to face. We're very lucky to meet him.
Anytime you come here, most welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
I'm so happy that you all came, and I've been really looking forward to seeing you. I also want you to know that the Nuns Project, their education has been very, very dear to me, and mainly because I believed in the philosophy, which is based on so much human ethics. So therefore, I felt that this was a wonderful area to focus and serve in whatever way I could. And so I can tell myself at 74 that I've done my best. I don't know whatever the achievement or not, but I've done my best. And I think that's a very important feeling when one leaves the place or leaves the samsara, whatever you call it.
We just interviewed Richin Kondo, and she's one of those people that you just instantly fall in love with. She puts you at ease right away. And she's just so personal to talk to. She looks at you right in the eyes, and she has so many amazing experiences from her past and just what she's doing around here. She basically set this whole thing in motion. She's getting education for the nuns here and really empowering the women here. And it's incredible to see just the influence that she's made around here.
I was engaged the whole time. She had me almost tearing up because she's just such an inspiring, strong woman.
She created the whole entire Tibetan Nuns Project, which is where we're at, which is where we toured and interviewed her. And it's a beautiful place.
So in Western society, we are often taught that it is our discontent that drives us to make positive changes. like the ones you've made in your work. Yet you stress the importance of finding inner peace. How do we find the motivation to accomplish our goals while maintaining a sense of inner peace?
See, the motivation for people to do what they do may be different for different people. It may not always be dissent or discontent. So it's not always stress that leads you to doing something like what one does. See, there's a acceptance of things as they are without action to change it if it is not good enough. That's not really acceptance. But when or you see a situation for which you need to do something, and you have the ability by the Lord's grace to do something about it, it is our duty to jump into it without getting agitated. Mind has to be told to be kept quiet if it is agitated. Come on, because I'm the boss. Mind is not the boss. Then the mind keep quiet. I have work to do. Okay? Because all of us know the more peaceful we are, the better we can function.
What I liked was that she kind of gave us answers that we already have inside of us, but just gave language to it. And that really resonated with me because I feel like it was familiar what all she said to me.
We're doing new things every day, learning new things every day, and meeting so many incredible people. The leaders that we've met, they're just incredible. So it's been a really cool experience, something that I think I'm going to take with me for a while.
So right now we're at the Sri Ram ashram, and it's been really cool. We've been hanging out with the kids, getting to know the older kids, and I think that every single kid here loves each other so much.
We all hear about the ashram, but nobody really talks about exactly what happens there, and we just go there and we start playing with the kids, and it's just, that's the best part of the trip, hands down.
It's a very magical place. I really admire how great of a family they are here. They all take care of each other and support each other in everything they do. They're all really great people.
Yesterday, and it was religious grounds where there's the Ganga River flowing through it.
Arti was really crazy in a good way. I've never seen anything like that. There's like, I think 10,000 people go every night, and we were just right in the middle of it all. everyone devoted to their faith, and being able to see that first person was really cool. All the flower boats going down the river, the sacred river.
So for the last couple of days, we've been preparing a dance to show at the party tonight.
The older kids have choreographed a dance for us to one of their favorite songs. So we've been rehearsing since we got here. And tonight we're gonna have a party and just show off what we've been working on.
We danced our Bollywood dance 3 times, and on the 3rd time they came up and danced with us, and that was the most fun I've ever had, probably.
It's hard with all the connections we've made with the kids here to kind of say goodbye, and that you probably won't be able to see them for a long time, or you don't really know.
I've basically heard great things about it, how people want to come back, and now experiencing it, I've really enjoyed it. I see why people want to come back here and visit the kids again. They're all amazing kids.
They're just such beautiful, vulnerable people. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to have an experience like that again.
Yesterday we arrived at Pardati, a school for girls, and we hopped off the bus, and immediately they all just flocked toward us and just welcomed us with open arms.
We got to engage with them. We toured all around the school.
We just kind of got to know them. They gave us a tour of the facility, and you could just tell that they were very just happy to be here.
I had no idea what we were doing until we walked into the classroom, and one of the girls turned around and looked at me. She said, "Teach." And I said, "What?" And I looked at all the girls, and they were so smiley and they were so giggly, waiting for me to say something to them. They showed me their songs and their dances, their poems.
We're all just so friendly and welcoming, and getting to talk to you as we were going around the school and going into the classrooms and meeting all the other kids, and it was just a really fun experience being with all of you guys.
There's something about this place All the girls just have such like a radiant personality. They're all so happy to be here, and you could tell that they're just grateful for this opportunity. And I think that's something that we don't really value in the United States, is just education. We take it for granted, and these girls don't.
She's an author and a poet for children's books, and she's just, I think, the definition of a feminist, and it was so emotional.
Sometimes it seems I have spent 45 years of my life, but perhaps we haven't moved very far. But I feel if we hadn't done that work, we would perhaps not be here where we stand, but we perhaps would have been much behind. So the struggle continues, except now we want to hand over the responsibility of creating an equal world to young people like you, like all of you. An equality not only between men and women. I am an intersectional feminist, and I believe unless there is racial equality, caste equality, class equality, there cannot be gender equality. So we need to remove all kinds of inequalities and create a more humane, loving world.
She spoke with such passion and empathy and just sheer emotion, raw emotion that really came through. And it's so powerful to be with her.
You just sense such like a wisdom about her. She's big into women's rights. She just really emphasized that we as a community, we as a society just really need to band together, stop dividing ourselves, and everything she said just really resonated with me.
And at the end, we were all just hugging and crying. She touched us, and I think she felt the same. It was amazing. A perfect last interview.
So we went to Step by Step, a school in Delhi. We did a program called Samvad. We got to go into small groups and talk to teachers, parents, and students.
So Samvad is a discussion, and it was really interesting. We all broke up into small groups and kind of had like a values class all day in India. So I was a little bit nervous going in because it was a values class all day in India with strangers. We talked about a lot of things, got a new perspective on some issues, especially about culture and how we all fit into culture. And I made some really good friends, so it was a good time.
So those of you who volunteered to be here, you students who volunteered to be here, having no idea what it was about, have stepped out of your comfort zone. And thank you for the vulnerability and the trust. So for me, it's a huge honor to sit in a circle with this group of people who chooses to be here. Whatever you got today was already in you. And that's the beauty of this circle. And the power of the circle is what we evoke it in each other with our language, with our words.
We live so far apart, yet we understood each other better than people we both have lived with our entire lives. And that's what Samvad is all about, I believe.
It was kind of refreshing to be able to converse with our peers without frustration and without language barriers. And we were able to relate to them pretty well. It was kind of funny how they knew like American movies and American memes and music and stuff like that. So that was really fun.
It was so interesting to actually like realize that these seniors all the way across the world actually have like the same things going on in life and the same questions and the same curiosity about life. We lived such different lives, but there was such a connection with these kids.
Going to Step by Step and Pardada Pardati, like every single experience, I think there hasn't been a lot of build-up about specifically what we're going to be doing, but it's been incredible, and I think I just have to process it a little bit more and figure out what exactly the values are that I learned.
In terms of the relationships we've made, and that's definitely been a massive theme for the trip. We kind of had that idea going in, you know, but I think we were thinking more of the friendship between our people in our class, and kind of like that we wanted to make friendships, but I don't think any of us expected it to be like this. But the friendships we've made have been super meaningful. So.
I cannot believe the trip is over. I can't even remember when it started. It's been amazing. It's been so full of surprises.
This trip has been incredible. It's been such a learning experience. I'm just so happy to have this opportunity because most every person won't get an opportunity like this, so I feel really lucky.
You know, I already miss the kids. I want to be back there. I miss all the people I met, and I definitely want to stay connected. It makes me want to come back. So I think that shows how good the trip has been, just that I already want to come back.